Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. It has been beautiful weather here in Texas recently. It has been raining a little bit, which I feel kind of comes with spring, but it has just been super perfect. So I decided to sit down and talk about my spring TBR with you guys today. Yes, I know by the time you're seeing this that spring is like, we've got like a month, a little less than 2 months left of like real spring. And probably less than that being here in Texas. We probably have about 1 more week of spring, but you can't stop me from doing this. I'm gonna make a spring TBR. Spring is like one of my favorite seasons to read in because the weather is just perfect. You can go sit outside without getting too hot or too cold. It's perfect weather and I love reading in spring. So I'm gonna make an extensive TBR that I probably will not get to like about half of, but they're on my mind. They're up high on my TBR. I have some of these books physically and then some of these books are like Kindle books or I don't have them yet or just whatever. And so I'm just gonna be putting in the pictures for you guys instead of messing up this beautiful setup that I just did. And if you missed that, you can go watch my last 2 videos. In the first part 1 of spring cleaning, we did this, and then in part 2 we obviously moved locations and I redid my bookshelves. Anyways, without further ado, let's just go ahead and get into the extensive spring TBR. First, I have I Who Have Never Known Men. This is like a fiction book. I've been in my fiction era. If you know me, anytime I'm like reading one book, I always have an audiobook going, and it's most of the time like a non-fiction book. It's normally like a memoir of some type. So I've just been like really loving nonfiction and fiction and just like learning from the books that I read. Obviously, I'm a romance girly through and through, and I love fantasy as well, but something about learning and just like connecting on a deeper level with a book, like a fiction book, is just like unmatched. So I'm having like more like tendencies towards going through like fiction books recently, and I've heard really great things about this one. It intrigues me right off the bat. I think it's about like girls who literally have just been like locked away and like have never known anyone else, and so it sounds so intriguing. I love the premise of this and I think it's super weird and it's short, so like why not? The cover is also giving very much spring, so yeah. Next, I have The Nightingale. I have been wanting to read Kristen Hanna's books forever. I know The Nightingale is kind of like not her starter book, but a lot of people's introduction book to Kristen Hanna, and so I definitely want to read that one soon. I know it is pretty heartbreaking. I don't really cry in books, so I'm excited to see my like reactions to that one. I don't know. I might have like a video planned for it. I don't know. I don't like crying on camera. I think it's kind of silly. But I've just seen people have been like destroyed by this book, so I'm intrigued. Like I said, I've been in my fiction era. This is a historical fiction. I've never read historical fiction, and one of my goals for like reading this year is to read more genres outside of my comfort zone, so definitely excited for this one. Next, I have The Favorites by Lane Fargo. I actually got this book, it's right here, in my book of the month box, and dog wants to eat his toy right about now. Every single time. I'm gonna show you guys my view of this right now. Are you serious? Okay, anyways, like I was saying, I got The Favorites by Lane Fargo in my book of the month box, and I started it, but I never finished it. Not because it wasn't good, I just wanted to read a different book at the time, so I just put it down, and I know I'm gonna like it. It's about 2 figure skaters, and then there's this huge scandal that happens. I literally didn't get that far, so I'm very excited to repick this up because this is like everything I love. I really love Daisy Jones and the Six, and every chapter, or like every other chapter, I saw that they have like kind of like little interview style like pre-chapters, so kind of like Daisy Jones and the Six. Very excited about this one. I've heard such good things about it, and I need to pick it back up again. Probably just gonna restart it. I literally got like 4 chapters in maybe. I was enjoying it, I just wanted to read something else at the moment, and now I feel like I'm ready again. Next, I have Deep End by no other than Ali Hazelwood. She is one of my favorite authors. I just love the way she writes. It's good. I'm reading one of her books right now, and I just have not gotten into Deep End. I have like a special copy of it. I got it because I knew I was probably gonna like it, and it was really cute, so I got it anyways. And so hopefully it's good because now I have a special edition of it. If this is like Ali Hazelwood's first like sports romance, I know that they're both swimmers, and she normally does like STEM romances, and then she has Bride, which is like a vampire werewolf romance. Not my favorite, but I'm excited to see how this one goes because I just love Ali Hazelwood and I love her writing. And I don't know, I need to get into it because I think it came out in like February and I haven't picked it up yet. Next, I have The Wedding People, and I have been seeing this absolutely everywhere. It's been like everyone's book club book pick at least 1 month. So I'm super intrigued. Obviously the cover is giving very like vacation, spring vibes. I don't know if that's like what's going on here. I've heard it's kind of like depressing and sad, which kind of scares me. I'm pretty sure it's fiction, so again, I'm trying to dive into my fiction era, and so I've been seeing this everywhere. I've been hearing great things, and I kind of want to go into it blind, so I'm not going to tell you guys what it's about because I don't even know. I'm looking forward to going into it blind, but I trust the people that I've heard good things from about it, and so, I mean, why not? Like I said, I'm trying to get into my fiction era, and I've just been seeing this everywhere. I think it was like one of the like Goodreads picks of last year. Don't quote me on that. I really don't know. I'm talking out of my ass. Then I have Babel by R.F. Kuang. R.F. Kuang has quickly become one of my favorite authors, and I've literally only read 1 book by her, but I'm intrigued by her other books in series that she has in her newest book coming out this year. So I want to read Babel in like preparation of her new book coming out. I know they're not interconnected at all, and I also really want to read The Poppy War, but I'm trying to stop starting series. I don't think, is Babel a series? Wait, hold on, I might actually. Oh, Babel is a standalone, I think. That's what it says on Goodreads. Correct me if I'm wrong. But yeah, like I said, I want to read more of her works before her newest book, just because I've been wanting to read them anyways, and it's on Kindle Unlimited now, which I think is like my perfect like opportunity to read this because I have been in my Kindle era for months now. Like, if the book is not on my Kindle, if I can't get it on my Kindle, I just don't know. I don't know if I'm gonna get to it. So obviously my TBR cart has been dying for some attention, but I've just been in such a Kindle mood. I love it. I got a little clip for my nightstand so that I can lay down and click through the book. Literally the best invention ever. And so I've just been loving my Kindle, and now that Babel is on Kindle Unlimited, I fear I'm going to pick it up very, very soon. Then I have Picking Daisies on a Sunday. I have just seen this book everywhere. Obviously the cover screams spring. It just looks so cute. I'm pretty sure it's like a closed door romance, just like super like refreshing, and so I figured why not. Again, I know nothing about this book, so I cannot help you in that department. I'm gonna go into it blind, but it's so cute and like everyone talks about it, and so I keep seeing like TikToks that are like, read this book if you like this vibe, and then it's like a bunch of Pinterest photos of the vibe of the book, and I love it, and so I want to read it this spring. Next, I have Betting on You by none other than Lynn Painter. I have just been dying to read another Lynn Painter book. It's been a while. I think it's been more than a year, I'm pretty sure. And I'm just dying for another book. I haven't read it yet. I know it's kind of like a little bit old, and so I just want to read it. And I think Lynn Painter's like YA romances are perfect for spring. I don't know why, but for me, they scream spring. And so I'm just imagining myself reading this book by the pool. Like, I love it. It's great. It's a little YA romance. It's a little palate cleanser, especially after all these fiction books. So I'm excited. Next, I have In the Weeds. I just read in one of my videos the first book of this like interconnected standalone series, and I loved it. It's called Love Light Farms, and it's like a Christmassy romance, and I loved it. I ate it up so much. It was like not Hallmarky at all. Like, normally Christmas romances are very like Hallmarky, like cookie cutter, which is good sometimes, but this one, it caught me by surprise. And I've been seeing this like series everywhere. Like, obviously a bunch of people love and rave the series. Never got to it, finally got to it, and now I'm obsessed. I love her writing. Obviously, I just read another BK Borison book and I'm obsessed. I think I gave that book also a 4 stars. So I'm excited for this one. I really liked the characters that we saw who's getting their own story in this one in the first book, and so I'm just excited. It's obviously not Christmassy. It's giving very like summery spring, like it's giving nice spring vibes, and so I've been dying to get back into this like little world that we have going on. Second to last, I have Cleopatra and Frankenstein. I just got this book at Half Price Books. I've been wanting to read it for years, but I never bought it. I'm pretty sure because when it first came out, it came out in hardcover, and I am not a hardcover girly, so I just kind of like left it in the back of my mind. But I saw it in paperback at Half Price Books the other day, and I grabbed it, and ever since grabbing it, I have just been kind of like eyeing it and wondering when like was the right time to pick it up. So I think this spring is the right time to pick it up. You're tired of me saying that I'm in my fiction era, but I am, and so I'm excited to read this one. I, again, don't know what it's about. The cover is just super intriguing to me. I know it has been around on Book Talk and BookTube and all that good stuff for a while now, and people really rave it, so I'm excited. Finally, to wrap this video up, I have The Ballad of Never After by Stephanie Garber. I read the first book a long time ago, a couple years ago, and I loved it. I don't know why I didn't pick up the second book. I'm thinking it kind of has to do with her books being released in hardcover first, and so I just never picked it up. I finally have it in paperback. I'm dying to read it because I loved the book, and I don't know why I've waited this long to read it. I'm a little bit nervous to get right back into it because it has been so long since I've read the first book. So I'm hoping that I'm not forgetting a lot of details that I need or like the world building that I need for the second book. But I'm super excited. I know people love the series and people say it gets better as it goes, which is hard for me to believe because the first book was so good. But also for me, like fantasy books are normally like a fall wintry book, but for some reason, I'll stand on this hill. The Once Upon a Broken Heart series screams spring to me. I don't know why. I think it's because it's more like not fantasy, fairy tale-esque than it is fantasy. And I don't know. I really don't know. It might be set in the winter. I can't remember. But for me, the book itself just gives me spring vibes because it's super like fun and fairy tale and just good vibes, and I love it. Anyways, that was my spring TBR for the next couple of month and a half of a month. So I know it's a short video. I didn't want to yap your ear off this time around, but let me know down below what is on your spring TBR so maybe I can get a few ideas and add them to mine. You guys, so much for watching today's video. If you liked today's video, go ahead and leave a like, maybe subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!